Hey, my wonderful people on a day. I want to talk about this low blood pressure during pregnancy. Yes, low blood pressure is also known as hypertension. This can happen during pregnancy due to increase in blood flow and hormonal changes. However, it can also be a sign of an underlying cause, an underlying issue that has been there before that person got pregnant. So it is important to keep an eye on your blood pressure levels during your pregnancy. Symptoms of low blood pressure can include dizziness, lightheadedness, fainting, blurred vision, fatigue, and so on and so forth. I'm just mentioning these few ones, but I'm not here to discuss what low blood pressure, high blood pressure is. There are differences between high blood pressure and low blood pressure, but I'm talking about this low blood pressure in pregnancy. The reason why I'm talking about this low blood pressure in pregnancy is because of what happened to this woman, this pregnant lady in Nigeria that just recently died. This woman just recently died because of, will I call it carelessness, or she not take doctors' orders seriously. I'm not blaming her. I can never blame her because she was concerned about her children. But I want everybody, every one of us, to take whatever the doctor tells you seriously. This is the story. This pregnant woman had very low blood pressure of 84 or 87 over 40 something. I can't remember the actual figures right now. And she was told at the hospital to stay and not to leave, not to go home, that they will have to keep her at the hospital. But this woman refused. She refused because she said her children were home by themselves and nobody was there to to look after the children. Her husband wasn't back from work yet. So she was home, she was concerned about the children. What is a genuine reason, right? But at this time, since there was nobody at home to look after these children, she decided she was going to go home and take care of her children. That was exactly what she did. She had to sign AMA, against medical advice. She Yes, she signed the AMA, against medical advice, and left the hospital and promised that she was going to come back after or when her husband returns home. They said the hospital waited. They called. She picked up the phone and said she would come, that her husband was still not back from work. So they waited and waited. Then they called again twice. And the lady said that her husband wasn't back, that she would just come tomorrow. And she would just go to sleep and she would come tomorrow. In this woman's case, so according to the story out on social media, allegedly she have HMO insurance fully covered that would have paid. Money is not the issue. She has HMO insurance, healthcare. She went home and went to sleep. So this same hospital waited and they did not hear from her and decided to call the next day to check and see what was happening. This lady, the news they had was that this lady had passed on. You see, my people, when we they talk of your health, your health, your health, take your health very seriously. You people don't want to agree. You don't want to do anything about it. You don't want to. You don't want to believe. You don't want. I just don't know what you don't want to do. See all those children now that she was saying, and the children know, the children know, the children know. Now she don't leave the children. She even take one along with her. Yes. She took a human being with her. So, who is going to look after those children now that she was so concerned about? That her husband returned from work and the husband of it tell her, say, honey, you need to go back to the hospital since the hospital is saying that your health is very paramount now. No, she refused. She refused to go back to the hospital, thinking that the next day she would go, and she R1P in her sleep. She died in her sleep. God forbid, though, it's not the portion of any pregnant woman. That's the reason why I'm making this video. That please, 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 pregnant or not pregnant, once a doctor recommends that you stay in the hospital for them to monitor you, please stay. Now, it's not the fault of the doctors. It is the woman's, now the woman know by people, take care of yourself. Take care of your unborn child. Take care of your children that you already have. By taking care of yourself, you are taking care of those children. Now, those same children that she was so concerned, I was worrying about now. Who is going to look after them? Who is going to take care of them? That's just my worry right now. Who is going to look after those little children, those young children that she left behind?